This show is brought to you by John Hughes and ORE Off-Road Equipment. Welcome to DriveWA. Today, we're going to see the Australian gold nugget. Before heading to a haunted house in the Midwest, we'll take in the Kalbarri coastal gorges and the world's most unusual restaurant.
Just go down the front there, mate. Someone ran into the arse into your car.
Hi, my name's Paul, and I'm the DriveWA cameraman. This episode, I thought I'd give you a look at WA through the eyes of a Pom who's made this place home. When we left Mark and Taryn, they'd checked into the Best Western Geraldton, right on the highway for convenience, but quiet too. The rooms were first class, and even the crew got well looked after. While I was really impressed with the standard of hotel, we weren't here to sleep, so after a short rest to let the brekkie go down, we headed to the visitors centre to make some plans for the day ahead. We had a lot of K's to cover, but first, Taryn was hoping to get a look at something shiny in town. What else but jewellery at Shamir Pearls? And of course, Mark had to tag along, but I don't think he was really looking forward to looking at pearls and not fishing rods.
Morning, ladies.
Good morning. Welcome to Shamir Pearls. Barry Humphrey.
Taryn.
Hello, Taryn.
Mark.
How are you, Mark?
Pleased to meet you,
You've
mate.
come to the best place in the world
So
if you want
we
good
hear.
Australian.
So we hear.
Australian Brollis pearls. This
Love.
is the place to come for black pearls.
Yeah.
We have our own pearl farms out there, Brollis Islands, and these are all natural colours. Absolutely first class. You must have a look at our exclusive range of jewellery.
Mate, fantastic.
Just simply because the jewellery is independent pieces. So
Right.
you will definitely find something with a lovely lady like this. I can imagine something like that.
I
on
can't
the
buy anything for Taryn, I'll get in trouble.
Why
I've
not?
got to look for something for the wife.
Oh, that sounds
And I'll tell
fair.
you what, I might even buy the girlfriend something while I'm here.
Really?
But this has caught my eye, Barry. This bit of gold here.
Yeah, that's the Australian nugget,
Right.
which was actually found 30 years ago in Leinster. And we were lucky enough to come by it before a chap passed away just recently. And
Really?
So we are now the proud owners of it. But would you like to have a look at it?
Oh, if I could.
Yeah, certainly. It's,
That's it. Look
it's
at that.
47 ounces. Just
I'll
don't
hold
drop
this.
it up. Don't drop
I'll
it on
hold
the
that.
tiles. You'll break the tiles.
No, I won't. Right, well, we're finished shooting here.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought I'd get away with that. Please? Yeah, I'm not built for running, so I'll have to
fair
give
enough.
it back to you.
We were lucky enough to actually purchase this from a good family friend, and he found it 30 years ago. It is known as the Australian nugget, and we were lucky enough to come by it. So, yeah, it's 47.3 ounces of gold, and
Fantastic,
very
mate.
nice nugget to have.
Fantastic. Well,
Well,
we're not
put it
here for
away.
nuggets.
No, that's
Let's
It's
have a
true.
look.
pearls.
Pearls, that's what we want to look at. Be careful. Is that cabinet locked?
It is, it is.
Good. Let's go and have a look at some pearls.
Taryn, you must come across and have a look at Elton John's hero piece here. This was a piece that we did for the Perth Fashion Festival, and it gives you a good indication of what all the different colours are. But probably talking about colours, one of the best ones is this one here, which actually starts off as a light colour and finishes as dark.
Yeah, and it's got purple and...
It's got all sorts of colours in there, and people don't understand just how much colour variation there is in the Abrolhos pearl.
I didn't.
Look, to come into a pearl gallery is totally different than going into a jewellery store, because we just specialise in our own pieces from our own pearl farms. Makes a big difference when you're trying to understand pearls and what they're about.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you've got a fantastic showroom. Fantastic show. I might
mate.
get my credit card out, but
I
I'm
think
not
you
sure.
should.
Do
I think
ya?
you should. Oh, at least buy 2 pieces.
I will.
Welcome to Shamir Pearls.
Shamir
One thing I
Pearls.
must tell you, I forgot to tell you, Shamir, by the way,
Yeah.
is the CHI is the chi,
Yeah.
which is the body and soul. The mir
Right.
is the water. So the body and soul of the water is the pearl.
There you go.
So there you go.
I knew that.
Yeah, there's a bit of useless information for today, but it's all good.
Well, thanks very much. We've got a long way to
You're
go
welcome.
today, so we better shoot through.
Alright.
Follow
Buy
me.
me something.
No, I'm going to get you out of here as quick as I can.
God, he's miserable, isn't he?
Oh, I can't help it. I've got 3 wives.
En route, Mark and Taryn had to visit a house said to be one of the most haunted but beautiful places in WA. I've got to admit, the countryside was picturesque, to say the least. But the feeling some of us started getting as we approached the homestead was somewhat unusual, along with the garden decor.
Hello,
Hello.
my name's Mark.
Taryn.
Pleased to meet you both. My name's Loretta. And if you come for afternoon tea at Oakabella Homestead, or a tour, or tea,
I think we'll have the lunch
and a
the
tour.
tour.
well, that
Yeah.
would be fantastic. Follow me.
Okay. I'm loving it already.
As we headed in, Loretta, the guide, got out a set of cards to ask the spirits permission to enter the homestead. Before the trip, our director Steve's wife told him not to go in, and the cards, they suggested pretty much the same thing.
That was an absolutely wonderful meal.
Thank you, Taryn. So now I'll start the tour component, and I'll take you through the 13-room homestead and the buttress barn. My childhood dream became a reality. After the death of my husband, I was invited out to visit a farm in Northampton, Western Australia. As I was driven down the road, my childhood dream of all those years ago was becoming a reality. And to my right, we have some jade that's approximately 80 years old, and the mother piece is 160 odd years just around the corner. So you notice the Oakabella complex works as a visual coherent whole, as all the buildings are so close together and they're built from river sand and stone carted from the property. Now let's go in the dear little old kitchen, always separate from the main homestead to reduce the risk of fire. Low clearance, mind your heads.
Yeah, I'll be ducking.
Okay.
And there's another low clearance too.
That's the one. So in the early days, this little kitchen had compact termite mounds for floors. The bars were put there to stop people from helping themselves to the food. This is a rather interesting little fridge. So I often demonstrate it like this. Isaac? Yes. So they would hang their meat and so forth in there, and a pan of water on top, and the water would drip down slowly. Stop that noise, Isaac. And under the legs, there was oil to stop the ants from crawling up. But in this country, the flies blow their eggs, and the eggs become maggots. They would scrape the maggots off and wash the meat in vinegar.
Right.
Yes, interesting.
Lovely.
So this rather luxurious little room to the right, if you care to have a squizzy inside,
Yeah.
was the Chinese cook's bedroom. In the early days, he would have slept on hay. Oh my God, my eyes scouted around the long red dirt road, shimmering stalks of gold from the wheat. It was 45 degrees. A mirage of waves rose from the ground. Apparently, my eyes were all over the place. Then, do I dare mention to Alan Jackson what I saw along the dry winter creek? Or will he think I'm mad? After all, it's the first time we're together. I'd like to take you now into the Oakabella Museum. It comprises of a lot of the things sourced entirely from the Oakabella estate, and it gives a superb insight to early Australiana. This is the jade we spoke about earlier.
160 years old?
Approximately, give or take. When sheep eat this, they get more stupid than normal. Elephants in South Africa get a bit lethargic, and it gives a kangaroo a terrible bellyache, and it's just finished flowering.
Oh,
Long
okay.
pink candelabras. Couldn't help myself. Look over there. A smallish Aboriginal male in fine costume, stealing, crouching, clutching a bag of small fragments of old glass. His feet barefoot, except around his ankles, entangled in the sinew of small emu feathers. Also feathers around his wrists, and what seemed to be a very large spear, black, like it was dipped in fire. I would like you to see the Oakabella collection in the Oakabella barn, sourced entirely from the estate. There we are.
built in 1850. That makes it 159 years old. Besides the creepy homestead, we found it to have some very interesting history, which was all dug up on site. This included a vast bottle collection, indigenous artefacts, and some very unsavoury looking gardening tools used back in the day. This all with a rather quirky guide.
No, I didn't see a thing, and if I were you, I would mention this to no one, and I mean no one.
The next stop Mark and Taryn made was the Linton Convict Hiring Depot. This is a perfect site for some of the country's best colonial photography, but it also holds some pretty gruesome history. Established in 1853, this place was built to have the convicts work the surrounding farmlands, with the landowners being the prison guards of that era. Apparently, the convicts did some very hard time. If they weren't ravaged by scurvy, they copped floggings for the slightest misdemeanours, or even worse, executed for minor offences. But this may be just folklore. Linton Depot was barely finished when they closed it down less than 4 years later, due to other problems including harsh living conditions and of course transport problems. Linton is said to be the most intact regional convict depot in WA.
We're just on our way out to Kalbarri and we thought we'd stop off at the Northampton Visitors Centre and pick up a couple of brochures. And we found ourselves at the Convict Hiring Depot in Linton.
When you're doing this trip, don't go mad and get to your destination. Just slow down and take in all these fantastic ruins that you can see. You can pick up all the information from the visitor centre. This is the Linton hiring station, as Taryn said, and they're absolutely fantastic. You've got some little bits of writing that the convicts would have put on these. There's obviously not all of them because you've got Wayne Johnson from 1975.
That's
I'm
my
sure he
mum's
wasn't.
cousin.
Was it? And I'm sure he weren't a convict. But was she a convict?
No.
How do you know? How do you know?
Convict ancestry.
So, but just don't go past. Just stop at them because there's a lot of history in these and they're absolutely brilliant. There's one down here we're going to take you in. You can even sign a visitor's book.
That's what we'll do.
Let's go down here. Be careful.
I will.
Because I don't want you falling for me again. Keep going. That's it. Don't fall.
I won't.
Okay. See, it's another old building. There's the book we was talking about.
All right, let's sign.
Sign it up. See, the thing is, don't just go past them, as we said before. Pictures and memories last a lifetime. Just get out of the car, have a look round. We've been here probably 20 minutes. We're refreshed again for the drive to Kalbarri, and all we're going to do is sign the book. But don't go past, just have a look. Can you write? I didn't know you could write. I'll just put a cross. There we go. I'll just put, Mark was here with the lovely Taryn.
Aw, that's sweet.
Okay?
All right.
Come on, let's go.
We probably spent longer on historical photography than we should have, and we're only just in time to see what could very well be some of WA's most beautiful coastlines south of the township of Kalbarri, the coastal gorges. With red rugged coastal cliffs stretching to the blue ocean, this is a sight that you'll be in awe of, especially at sunset. Apart from the spectacular Indian Ocean views, Kalbarri also has a season of the most spectacular wildflowers from August to October. Enthusiasts come from around the world just to see the 500 species that stretch along the road to and into the town. This also attracts my favourite thing, bugs. But we're not here for that.
Well, Mark, I tell you, I could get used to spending every day watching the sunset over the ocean.
Yeah, definitely. We're only a couple of minutes out of Kalbarri. We're going to visit a few gorges to finish the day off. At the minute, we're at the Natural Bridge. Follow me and we'll have a look.
Wow, this is amazing.
Yeah, this one's Castle Cove. We'll have a walk down in a minute and see the Natural Bridge, but everyone along here is brilliant. Just have a walk. You can spend half a day walking along looking at all of these. They're fantastic. We must be 50 metres above the water level. Come on, we're going to look at the Natural Bridge. Well, here we are, Taryn. We're at the Natural Bridge, and I'll tell you what, you don't often see it that flat. I've been up here a few times.
It's absolutely breathtaking.
You don't often see it that flat. If you keep an eye out, what's it, this time of year, you should be able to see some whales flying through, but you'll be very lucky.
It's amazing.
I'd just love to have me rod now and get down there and have a fish.
All right, you go.
I can't go down there, I'll
See you
fall and
later.
hurt myself. You've got to be stupid. I'm going to go and get a boat and get down there. See you next time, Natural Bridge. Come and meet my mate Gary. We're at
All right.
Finlay's.
This is awesome.
What do you reckon?
I think it's great.
Yeah, it's a bit of authentic, but he's a bit of a character, this fella.
Yeah.
There's a few people here tonight, look. There's a few
And there's
people
a fire
about.
here somewhere,
Yeah,
I believe.
fire's over
which
there,
I'm
all
gonna
the
jump
people are out
straight
there.
in front of, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We've got a little bit over there.
That's my spot.
Here he is,
Peg.
he's up here. He'll be up here. There's a menu. Check out the menu, look at the size of it. Where is he? Cooks everything on the barbecue. There he is. There you go, mate, all right? I ain't seen you for ages. Shake my hand, don't worry about that. Oh, go on, put that on. You got, oh, no, you got customers. Come on, I've got my hand ready and everything for you.
Where your bloody mitts, mate?
Oh, come on, mate. I ain't seen you for ages. Good.
It's not been anywhere near fish in a while.
Tuck your shirt in, mate. You won't get in the boss of you soon.
I'll push that. I'll push that in. Do I look all right? Do I look all right to eat in this establishment? Will I pass?
Yeah, mate.
That's
C
what I want.
minus.
Everything looks fantastic as usual. What I'm going to do is I'm going to check out the menu board. I'll probably have the lot tonight,
Cash,
mate. Cash, no credit
check
card.
here, boy.
Oh, if I
His
got
aren't
my
any
you
good
got
anyway.
You got any cash on you? I'm going to have a look on the board, see what's
Bludgeon
about.
off bloody women, aren't you?
Yeah, it's the only way to go, mate. It's the only way to go.
Righto, the next trivia question. After we had that intriguing one on shit, Ned Kelly, famous bushranger. Ned Kelly, a famous bushranger. He is famous for two quotes. One of them is written all over the abdomen of Ben Cousins. Such is life. Anyone know the other one that was made famous by Ned Kelly, Australia's most famous bushranger? Such is life is one of them. Does anyone know the other phrase that Ned Kelly made famous? Come on, I'll double up this time. You can have 4 minties.
How about, has anybody seen my letterbox?
Your letterbox? Bloody hell, eh? Words were, it's not that I don't fear death, I fear it as little as a drink of tea or a cup of tea. That was the other saying. Righto, we've got a public announcement. Someone owns a white Commodore, registration ZX5326. White Commodore, down the front in the car park. Oh, there he is out there. Just go down the front there, mate. Someone ran into the arse into your car. And when you're down there, check your lights and turn them off. Hey, elbows off the table.
Tell him, mate.
Put
tell
your
him.
knees together. You can see right up your strides.
Tell him.
Come on.
We're getting an echo.
Pull your socks up.
They obviously
Pull
haven't
your head
eaten
in
in
and
this.
act your age.
They ain't eating in this establishment, have they?
I haven't, no.
Nah.
There we go, locos.
Oh, here we go.
Loco, come and get it.
Oh, what one shall I have?
Who's got the arm and legs?
That's me.
There's one there and one there.
I got an arm and a leg. I had the main attraction.
Main attractions are in the middle.
That's me. Thanks very much, mate. Look at that.
Arm and a leg.
Look at
Well, I
that.
said steak.
Yours is coming
Yeah.
now.
Yours is coming,
that's
all right?
Sorry, which are the main attractions?
I'm the main attraction. Hey, what?
Who's the main attraction?
You're the main
Is that one of the
attraction.
mains?
Yeah, mate.
That's one of the mains. I must admit though, Gary, it did take a lot of time today. It's not normally quick. It took a bit of time.
I had to
was
work out
like-
what sort of frickin' bait you use first, you dopey mongrel.
Oh,
Well, how am I supposed to know what
you
type of
always
fish
get
you want?
personal. You always call me a mongrel. Right, where's the condiments? Come on.
Condiments?
Condiments.
Oh, a proper flash bugger here.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah, he's been telling us off.
Righto, we got-
Which one?
Date rolls over there and the spare serviettes are in the shit house.
Oh, he's trying to get rid of them date rolls tonight, isn't he? I'll tell you what, if we eat all them date rolls, we will end up in the shit house.
I've been saving myself.
Pink thing for the women, breast cancer. Who are going to draft? Finlay's we do it for the fellows. Number 28, check your prostate. 28, check your prostate.
You could never complain about the size of the meals at Finlay's. You go home stuffed full of seafood, steaks and salad. Or if you want to hang around and enjoy the night, Gary provides a range of guitars and a famous campfire to impress your mates, and the odd backpacker with your talent, or lack thereof. And that's what travelling through WA is all about, meeting new people and enjoying the beauty from sunrise right up until you end up back at the hotel, ready to start again. Make sure you tune in for the next episode when you'll see why this photo haunts Mark to this very day.
Well, I've had an absolute cracker of a night. How about you, Mark?
Fantastic. I love coming here to Finlay's.
Yep, you've got a fire, you've got great food, great people, a sing-along's even going on. It's great.
Brilliant. I've only got one thing to say. Uluru.
All right then, Gov.
Oh, that's Dinky Night, wasn't it?
It's well British.
Oh, steady on.